Hello there guys, my name is Mirage, and today I'm going to be showing you the many angles of Mirage. Bring out your protractor because it's going to get heavy, alright? Basically, I decided to do this video after, seeing really the difference between Dust 2 and Mirage. After you get bored of Dust 2, which, almost every CSGO player does, you might move on to Mirage, known as Hipster Dust 2, obviously. It was Dust 2 before Dust 2 was Dust 2, so if you think about it that way, it makes kind of sense. But basically I'm showing you the op kind of presence on Mirage with these angles, per se. How, the op really has a huge role on Mirage, and really, like, if you get these angles down, and you pick off people from, these easy spots to position with an op, you have much more successful competitive play in Mirage. So, I hope you take my advice, look at these angles, have a good time in comp, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, for the first angle, as seen here, it's going to be, from an opper from CT covering A ramp, which will allow, a lot of A pressure. Alright, this CT angle, as you can see here, you sit behind the box of CT and look A ramp, and this angle is really going to allow you to effectively slow down any A rush through A ramp by taken off, you can get that entry guy off, and then it's a 4v5 right off the bat. And, it just really puts you in a good position. This op point is pretty critical, and it's really essential if you don't get smoked off. For our second angle, you can see here, pretty much an opper, again, like on A, could be on A site and can cover cat from A site by looking through connector all the way to cat, even if there's a connector smoke, say here. You can usually look over and get anybody cat to stop any mid to B push. Alright, this angle, our second angle, really is an angle kind of like if you were playing CT and your teammate says they're going cat. You can really just kind of maneuver over to these boxes and cover anybody coming cat. As you can see here, just hide behind triple box to the side, and you can get any rush cat you can get with the op, and you can really pick off anybody that is going to be from mid. This angle is seen here, pretty much mainly for terrorists, seeing if any CT crosses over the stairs, but could be used as CTs to see if terrorists are going ramp. Basically, an opper can sit here or here at the bottom of a ramp and see if anybody crosses this area. Alright, for this angle, as you can see here, in T, you can go to A ramp and see, big Harvey there. You can see anybody that will cross between A site and stairs from the bottom of ramp with an op, and it really gives you a lot more control if you get that pick with T side. But you can also do it on CT side here. You can just kind of see their head. It's kind of more in favor of the T side though. Alright, for a fourth angle, you can see here, pretty common one. Probably seen it. Someone sits in jungle in this doorway and looks at Palace to see if anybody peeks around the Palace corner. This angle is pretty much, the critical angle of, not the critical angle, I would say, but widely known angle for A site. You pretty much just sit jungle. It's a very thin little line of sight that you're going to see. And you see anybody crossing in the palace. You might even be able to pick somebody off if your reactor time is good enough. But this angle just, again, like all these angles allow for more pressure and gives you more sight control as a CT in jungle. And now for the fifth one, this one is an angle from Cubby, which is this spot here, to cat to see if anybody crosses over to the back corner here on cat. And if they do, you got that information, you got more mid control. Alright, this angle is another mid control angle really. You go in Cubby and you're looking cat. Cat is a pretty good position. From this angle, it's kind of like the jungle angle where you have a small line of sight, and you're just kind of really just trying to see if anybody crosses there to let your team know that there's someone cat. And this angle really just provides information, and you might be able to get yourself a kill, get some more pressure on the map. This angle is kind of like the angle Dust 2 for mid, pretty much like a CT would sit here, and a T sits here, and they opt to see you can gain mid control from that initial op skirmish battle. Now this angle, as I said, is pretty much like Dust 2. Pretty much like the not long doors, mid doors on Dust 2. You just look through them. Both sides can really pick each other off. Just but it's a risky angle. You know, if you die, especially with the op changes on the T side, you can die. But as a CT, you see here, it's pretty easy to get them, and allows for a lot more pressure on the map, a lot more mid control. Mid control is pretty important on Mirage, and that's why these angles are so you kind of revolved around mid, and they're very beneficial to map presence and map control. Now this angle could be used with an opper and market to see if any CT or T is coming through. It basically looks through a little like cross space here to see if anybody's in window room or nest, whatever you want to call it. See if anybody's there and going to jungle or coming to market to B. This angle, not that widely used, pretty much. Again, it's one of those angles where you're just trying to see it cross, but you might be able to get a kill. You can see the little cross space from market with an op just over this kind of like shelving unit. As you can see, Harvey's there. He's looking fine as ever. This angle pretty much, again, just allows information to be given to your team. If anybody's in the window room, if anybody's coming to market to B, just information, really. For number 8, this angle is kind of common. People sit in the window here and check if when T's are coming through apps, pick them off. This angle is pretty commonly used. I see this all the time. People just sit in the window and try and get any terrorists that are rushing B through apps. Pretty common, pretty easy. Again, just trying to get a kill, trying to ease a push as a CT on Mirage. Pretty good, pretty good. And number 9. I don't really see too often, but you can stand on this little box here and look at apartments and see if they're running by. Pretty much the same as the other one, just in a different spot. It's a little bit more cover. This angle, I don't see many people use. It's pretty good. It's decent. You jump on these boxes here and you look through apps to see if anybody's crossing, and you might be able to get a kill. It's again, one of those angles where you're just trying to get information. It's pretty much what all of these angles are, getting information. If you get a kill, that's great, but information is really key to these angles. You can see Harvey there. This angle, again, information. It's really well hidden where you are on these boxes, and it's pretty good to ease a apps push. And number 10, the last one is pretty much opper sits on bench and checks cat to see if any T's are coming to B from mid. If like the angle over here didn't work. Alright, this angle is pretty much for defending any B site. You can just sit and bench and watch cat. Any if you planted any CT coming up, or if you CT any T rushing up the cat. Just ease any push, any sort of retake. Very good for this angle. Hard to spot you when you're behind a bench. And yeah. Overall, my thoughts would be that the op really is the best weapon on Mirage. It can stop a B rush apps in its tracks. Just brick wall right in front of it. Really, a good opper on Mirage can really just win the game. It can turn the game around. It can do everything, because the amount of control and map pressure that you can gain from just one good opper is so huge compared to other maps like Dust 2 or Cache, where an opper really only covers mid, and in those two maps. But Mirage and opper can, control B, A, anywhere. Just the pressure, the amount of angles that you can get on Mirage with an op is just insane. And I think that really, these angles should help you in your advantage if you're trying to be an aspiring opper in CSGO. So, I really thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned a few things, not really, it's the first time doing ever a video, a kind of talk to you, strategy video, sort of, so tell me how I did. Comment, tell me if what I need to improve, if this video was worth your while, if you thought the video was good, the angles were right on point. And subscribe for more CSGO content. I tried to put this out, even though my allergies are so bad. I tried to put this one out for you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Oh my god. I hate pollen. Can we just burn all the trees? Ugh. Pollen's so gay. Ugh.